How to start photography. Let's talk about it. Alright, so I am a photographer located in Baltimore, Maryland. Wow. Take 3. I am a photographer located in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm 17. I've been doing photography / videography for almost like 2-3 years now. I'm not satisfied with myself, but I'm proud of myself. I have elevated a lot and grown so much. My growth is real, like, but this video is basically going to be the basics on how to start photography, what you need to learn, what you need to get into, best cameras to start off with, yeah. One thing I can say that it's like very important, if you're looking into photography for the money, don't start photography. Not everything is for everybody. Just find your flow and what you're good at. If you don't have a creative mindset or like a creator type mindset, photography is not gonna work out for you. If you're doing it because you like just looking for money, don't even waste your time. But everybody who like really want to start and like, you know what I mean, I got y'all. I'm ready to give y'all some sauce. Learn the basics: shutter speed, exposure, aperture, ISO, lighting, editing. The basics is so important. It might seem simple and boring and it's too much to learn, but it's gonna help you out. It helped me out every single day. Every shoot I have, everything helps me out. The basics is real important. So I'm ready to break everything down to y'all one by one. Number 1, shutter speed. Shutter speed is the amount of time a camera sensor is open to allow light into the camera. Shutter speed is the motion blur, basically. However high your shutter speed is the lower the motion blur and the higher chance to freeze an image. However low your shutter speed is the higher the motion blur and the lower the chance of getting freeze shots. Basketball, for example. In a basketball court, depending on the light and depending on your equipment, the lowest you want your shutter speed at is 400 or 500. You don't want it any lower than that or you're gonna detect some motion blur. You wanna be able to freeze your images with them in motion and stuff like that. This is where everything else will come in, like editing and stuff like that, but everything plays a part. Everything just basically has to be balanced. The equipment doesn't like matter, but it does matter at the same time. I don't want to say that it's not that important because it is important, but you have to know what you're doing. I had to stand up for this. Like cutting my camera on and off started to get annoying. Just hopping from off my bed on my bed started getting annoying. Started losing patience. But anyways, number 2, exposure. Exposure is the amount of light that reaches your camera sensor, creating visual data over a period of time. Exposure is basically the lighting of a camera. For example, long exposure, double exposure. It's so much you gotta learn in photography. I'm self-taught, so if I could teach myself a whole bunch of photography crap, then y'all can too. Just letting you know, anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Let's go on to number 3. Number 3 is aperture. Aperture in photography is the section of the camera that can be adjusted to let more or less light in. So basically in aperture, depending on what lens you have, like right now I'm using the 24-70 2.8 Sigma. Yeah, Sigma lens. And in the background it pretty much looks like a 2.8. It's not that blurry, but it's blurry at the same time. But basically, however wide your aperture is open, the more blurry your background is going to be. However narrow the lens, I did this clip so many times, bro.
A few moments later.
However narrow your aperture is the less blur that you're going to have in your background. That's basically the simple way to put it. On to number 4. Oh yeah, and chill on my little Lego cars. Hold up. I don't think I can see.
Bruh.
I think it's cool to have Legos. I don't think it's like childish or anything. I think it's pretty cool. So, mind your business. 4 is ISO. ISO is my arch nemesis. I hate ISO. Number 4, ISO. I hate ISO so much, bro. Like, the camera I started off with a Canon Rebel T7. I did not have no good lens for it. My lenses was like bullshit. Like every time I zoomed in, the aperture would change and shit like that. I would have to like have my ISO through the roof, like real high, but basically don't have your ISO through the roof like how I did. Have your ISO at a low, like the lowest is possible. Make sure your settings is all balanced, but don't have your ISO knocking so much, because that will create noise and grain. The camera that I started with, like, besides all the bull that I dealt with it got me to where I'm at right now, and it taught me all the basics. So I definitely recommend, for starters, Canon Rebel T7. If you have money for a more expensive camera, I would say go for the more expensive camera, but the Canon Rebel T7 will teach you the basics. Lighting is the mood, it sets the tone, it gives you a feel. Lighting is also important. For example, you see this glare in my eyes? Don't have your lights do that. I personally don't have anywhere else to put my light, so that's why it's a glare in my eyes right now, but trust the process. Lighting is another important thing. I think I'm on to number 6, editing. So much comes with editing, bro. Editing. It's so much that comes with it. It's like, that could be a whole separate video. Like, editing is a lot, but editing could be used for photography, videography, making thumbnails, anything, like really anything, flyers, everything. But the softwares I recommend for editing for photography is Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. Those are the 2 things that I use. I use Photoshop in school. I actually take a photography class in school. Lightroom is my go-to. I love Lightroom, but Photoshop is something that I need to start ASAP. I started it, but I just be bluffing, not gonna lie. But I definitely recommend on those 2 softwares. Don't overdo it. Don't like force filters onto pictures. Just find your flow, make your own little preset. Personally, I'm still trying to make my own preset. I want a preset that's like gonna stand out to everybody and be like, oh, Kim Ye took that. That's Kim Ye preset. Kim Ye preset hard as a bitch. I want to book her because the way she edit, like that. Color grading, composing, editing is a handful. All right, y'all might not want to hear this, but shoot for free. When I first started, I went to basketball games, events, shot my friends' pictures for free, family. I did everything for free. I didn't charge anybody. I didn't care about the money. I just wanted to build my brand. Like, I wanted to get my name out there. Get like, oh yeah, Kim Ye taking pictures now. Let's go for her. Let's get her shit up. Just, there's nothing wrong with shooting for free, because when you first start, it shouldn't be like about the money anyway. You should just be having to worry about getting yourself out there more and, you know, actually getting your name recognized. Practice every single day. It don't matter if you're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, learning something about photography. Just practice every day. You just gotta trust the process, because nothing happens overnight. But if you're really dedicated to it, what you want is gonna happen, and it's bound to happen. You just gotta trust the process for real. Trust yourself, believe in yourself. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Personally, I shoot a lot. Like, anything you name, I do it. Weddings, prom, events, sports, concerts, lifestyle. It don't matter. You name it, I do it. I'm not a stick to one thing type photographer. Anything that you name, I'm able to do it. But yeah, that's the type of photographer I am, because I know some people only do sports, some people only do events, some people only do weddings, etc. But me, I do all around, and I definitely recommend for you to do all around. I don't think that you should stick to one thing, because doing multiple things is what's going to keep business rolling. You're not going to get bored. You're going to stay busy. Everything going to keep hitting you. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to elaborate on what cameras to start with. I started off with the Canon Rebel T7. I spoke of that earlier in the video, but it's a good camera to start off with. I honestly, personally, definitely recommend starting with a Sony, because Sonys are just good. Like, they good. Like, best camera brand, literally better than Canon. Sorry to all my Canon users, but no beef, but get me. Sony just got it. If Sony is too expensive, then you can start with a Canon. Any camera that you start with is going to teach you the basics if you really dedicate it. You just gotta really want it for real. Don't be doing it because you see other people getting money off of it, or whatever, because I know a lot of people in my DMV that is doing that. But yeah, that is definitely a camera that I recommend to start off with, a Sony. Alright, so that's all I have for today. I'm pretty tired. My energy's pretty low. I got school tomorrow. Had school today. I'm drained. But comment any questions below. I got y'all. I'm gonna start making shorts, and I'm gonna start making like more videos like this. Give y'all some sauce, cause I know a lot of people want my sauce. So might as well give it to y'all. I ain't gonna gatekeep no more. But like, comment, subscribe, all that. Yeah. Ciao.